What's up, everyone? Pardon me, I just had to decompress for a second after watching the Arsonal versus Shotty Horroh battle. It was a lot of aggression back and forth, so I had to, kind of take my second or two to meditate, get into my place of zen, so I could shake off some of the tension I was feeling after watching that match. But let's jump into it, man. First off, repping that beer gang, Smack. I'm about to give you some competition. Give me like 4 years, you know what I'm saying? Get my beer game up. But Arsonal versus Shotty, man, very, very interesting battle. I'm gonna take this discussion a little bit broader than Arsonal versus Shotty specifically, but this is what sparked the thoughts in my head. I jumped on Twitter not too long ago and I asked people, how do you feel about Arsonal's extreme, disrespectful aggression? It's something that we've seen for years, something that is, we know is part of his, second nature. It's just one of his main plans of attack. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that Arsonal's extreme aggression, and not just aggression, but physicality in his battles, is becoming a little bit played out? Now I'm going to take this again, like I said, broader than Arsonal. Do you think that physicality in battle rap needs to cease or at least calm down a little bit? I ask this because if you look at track records, people get physical, tension flares. At the end of the day, everyone wants to hear people rap, but at the same time, battle rap is also, it's kind of always been, but a little more now because it was never so like blatantly physical. Back in the days, people used to rap, this close to one another, but it wasn't people pocket checking each other, people just OD shoulder bumping, mushing people's faces, smacking them with, ski masks and stuff like that. Like it wasn't all of the physicality that you see now, grabbing people's hats and slamming them on the floor. I mean, if you can get away with it, and I guess if you use it effectively and it actually helps to add more impact to the lyrical material you brought, then I guess it's cool. If your opponent's like willing to let you do that stuff to them during the battle, then hey man, I guess you can get away with it. But for the viewer, in my opinion, at least just me, there's certain other people that probably like, yeah, I love it, choke them, snuff them, upper, like they probably love all that stuff. Me personally, I feel as though it takes away what the essence of the battle's supposed to be. It's not a competition of like I'm more gangster than you, and not necessarily more. It's not a competition of I'm more gangster than you or I'm more thorough because I can push you in the battle and you're not gonna do nothing. I mean, it's a battle. We ain't come to see a fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I personally don't feel as though dudes should be up in there just like shoving each other. Like I said, Arsonal grabbed Shotty's hat and slammed it on the floor. And I know they cool outside of the battle, but that's a situation I feel like if you take it back to them times when you were a little kid and you playing ball, whatever, you 10, 11, 12 years old, you playing ball, and you and your man get into like a loose ball and you go both dive for it on the ground, you tussling trying to get possession, and you guys start like wrestling to the point where it's aggressive and you such in competition mode that you end up fighting your boy. Like, I know I've done it. Everyone's probably gotten into one basketball fight with one of their actual friends and then afterwards they piece it up. But in that moment, when you get to that level of aggression, it could really go there, you know what I'm saying? And Shotty, he was cool enough not to pop off or whatever. Maybe he was thinking business-wise. Maybe he was thinking that he just didn't want to pop off. Maybe I don't know what his thoughts were, but it's kind of crazy, man. You grab a dude's hat and you slam it on the floor. Like, I remember back in high school, man. You do that, you gotta shoot it, like straight up. You're not gonna do that to someone outside of a battle rap setting, and it's not gonna be a problem. You know what I'm saying? That's just keeping it real. But yeah, man. I mean, Ars has been doing this for a long time. We did it versus Sharon. He, mushed the paper in his face. He's always up in people's faces and stuff like that. But I just want to know if you guys think it's becoming a little bit too excessive, and not just with him, but everyone else. Pocket checking has become like the new fad. He pocket checked Shotty, tapped him back, and they got a little shoving thing, whatever. They kept it professional. But if you look at the pocket check thing, like look at K-Shine, Quest, and DNA versus Quest McCody and Marv 1. The reason that K-Shine pushed Marv and Quest was because he thought they was going to try to tap his pockets in the battle. And he's a dude who's like, look, bro, at that moment, he wasn't with letting these dudes trying to punk him, in the battle. So he pushed him. And because he thought he was going to do that, he pushed him in for a second and nearly got into another situation, chess, steam, DNA, K-Shine type of situation, Even with, you know, now granted, again, battle rap has always been dudes rapping in each other's faces, back in, you know, on the block in the street, you just there. But, you know, in this day and age, a lot of people like to get all up in someone's mug, and some people don't like to take that. K-Shine Chess, you know what I'm saying? Chess was all up in his face, disrespecting his gang affiliation, you know, probably spitting in his ear and stuff like that. K-Shine wasn't with it. He mushed him, you know. The physicality thing for me, it's cool, but I just feel as though, like, contracts need to be, like, revamped or something. Like, the whole pocket checking thing, Suge, you the man, whatever, but everyone's taking it to another level where it's just everyone's trying to just be on that physicality bully thing and just show a tough image in one way or another. Not everyone, but a lot of people. I don't know if KOTD, now it's no shots KOTD, but I don't know if they, like, think that letting battlers be physical with certain other battlers, like with Daylight Lopeshi wiping his ball sweat on the dude's face, like, come on, man, come on, like, that's a green light for shooting the fair one, straight up. You know, Lopeshi ain't do nothing, cool, but that's crazy. I don't know if KOTD thinks that letting certain battlers just have the freedom to do whatever they want in the battle is just gonna bring more viewer attraction or something. I can understand that if that's what their thought is by not, implementing strict contracts, but I feel as though certain things just need to they need to kind of regulate, you know what I'm saying? If one person, and the thing that I hate the most is, like, if a battler's gonna tap your pockets, you know, to show they tough, and then you tap their pockets back, and then they want to get in your face, hey, yo, what's up? So what's popping? You know, it's like, come on, bro, you just did that to me. Don't expect, you're not gonna punch me in the face and expect me not to punch you in the face back. Period. I mean, not everyone, but, you know, the general thing is when you're young, someone pushes you, push them back. You know what I'm saying? So I hate it when battlers do that, like, oh, you touch them here, you touch them, they'll suck, you know? You do it back, and then they want to act like you're in the wrong for violating. Like, that's like someone in the street hitting you, and then you beat them up, and then they want to call the cops and be like, yo, I'm the victim. I hate that stuff. I have personal experiences with that, so I really hate that stuff. I feel like if you're gonna do this to a KOTD guy, you're gonna tap his pockets, you're gonna be shoulder checking him, fake kneeing him, fake elbowing him, fake headbutting him, spitting on him, smacking him with your gang flag or whatever the case. If the KOTD dude does something back, or not KOTD or otherwise, just your opponent does that back to you, I'm being disrespected by the ambulance. It's so real what I'm talking about. Someone probably fell out just feeling the aggression from, you know, the discussion right now, and they gotta go, you know, save a body. But I feel as though if you're gonna do something physical to someone, then you can't try to cop out and punk out and be like, oh, nah, you can't do that back to me. Like, chill, son. You want to start the physicality, then it come back to you. Don't try to act like it's, you know, the person can't. Like, I hate that stuff. You should be able to take what you give. That's better spoken. You know, if you're gonna hit a dude, if you're gonna do something wild, crazy, you better be able to take it back straight like that. We all know what can happen even when dudes aren't wilding out. It could just be dudes talking and someone's getting snuffed. Mike P getting snuffed in his battles. He's beating a dude too badly lyrically. Hoffa getting snuffed because he says do it one too many times to disaster as a chip on his shoulder, feeling like he has something to prove, and he's in his backyard or whatever the case, and he got his boys to back him up. Serious Jones, woo! You know what I'm saying? Like, we all know what can happen regardless if you're popping off physically or not. So why amplify the situation by, you know, letting dudes get physical to the point where it could really pop like that? I don't know. Just my personal opinion, man. I feel as though sportsmanship needs to be kind of instilled a little bit better, you know. Even the air glider thing. This is another thing. The air glider thing. It's cool, you know, you used it for your round, but certain battlers, I mean, I guess in their mind, it's like, yo, I'm gonna do whatever I can to take away from the effectiveness of my opponent. So I'm gonna do something during their rounds to make people watch me on camera or in the venue instead of watch them and listen to what they say. Like, if a person turns their back on their opponent and is, you know, texting on their phone, standing there taking Instagrams, or, you know, tweeting, checking out, you know, Tinder, and, you know, liking whatever, some new chick, or, you know, whatever the case. I understand why they do it, just like I said, to dilute what their opponent does. But for me personally, it's kind of annoying. Like, the person gave you respect to let you rap, just stand there and let them rap. Like, I hate it when people turn their back too. Like, you can do it. You can. I mean, like I said, if the contract, and this is not like, oh, you're signed to a league contract, but just a strict battle contract doesn't say that you can't do these things, then I can't knock a person for doing them. It's all tactics to get into the other person's head at the end of the day. But at the same time, it's just like for me, watching it, when I see a person rap to this dude, the dude's standing there taking the bars, like, it's like a fight. You squaring up, you know, you throwing back and forth with the homie's not turning away from you while you just decking him. You stand there, you taking the shots. And then when it's your turn to respond with fire, the other person wants to turn their back, start talking to their crew. Like I said, doing all that, the side antic stuff, or Arsonal, riding around on the glider. He wasn't just riding around, he was riding all up in Shotty's, you know, space and everything, which is like, come on, son. Like, let's just hear the battle. Like, I personally think that there should be a better understanding of just sportsmanship. Like, you gonna rap, then I'm gonna rap. When you watch Loaded Lux, even though he battles once every like 37 like Saturn moon cycles or whatever, you know, whenever Lux battles, it's the essence of what battle rap is, you know. Now versus Charlie in the first round, Lux was actually talking a little bit and responding to what Clips was saying, like, under his breath. But I think that's just because Clips was being effective with his bars and he was actually striking a chord, and Lux was like, damn, like he was kind of getting upset or whatever. But for the latter part of the first round and the second and third round, Lux was, you watch him, he just takes it, you know. I wish people would just be like that. DNA, I gave DNA props this before, man. Shout out to DNA. DNA is a dude who will stand there no matter what you say. If y'all remember K-Shine versus, of course y'all remember Professor Sean versus DNA. Professor Sean was all up in K-Shine mug. He was screaming in his face. K-Shine be sweating crazy bullets in battles. You probably know boxing. You get hit, after a while you sweating, the punches, sweat splatters off person. K-Shine was spraying all types of just sweat, saliva, everything all over DNA, and DNA just stand there, take it. I don't want to call him soft, because that, like, he's just sportsmanship. He's just there like, alright, say what you gotta say, I'm gonna take it. He does that with everybody. He doesn't talk through people's rounds. He doesn't, you know, try to do any type of antics to take away from the effectiveness of the battle overall. Not just his portion, but the battle overall. I wish more people would do that, you know what I'm saying? One thing though that also on the side of sportsmanship that does get also a little annoying on the flip side, if you ask me, just me personally, but maybe other people can agree with me as well, when battlers are overly like friendly. I understand that everyone's cool, like you go to the events, people don't dead just be in there like, hey, what's up, popping off once they see a dude. Like, everyone knows each other. It's a sport. You're not physically punching each other in a ring or something. So at the end of the day, you say what you gotta say, and that's it. There's no hard feelings, you know what I'm saying? It's not like you dead just went through 12 rounds of beating each other's life away and you really feel some type of way about the person afterwards, even though most of the time boxing, it's like we almost killed each other, so respect to you. You a man, I'm a man. But, or in the UFC too, for that matter. But you know, when it's overly friendly, you know, behavior in the ring, it can, in the lyrical ring, it can get kind of like, come on, bro, like, at least make it look like it's more of a fight. That's something else. I don't really like watching battlers who, when the other person's spitting their opponent, they're there like, talk to me, yeah, clapping for them, trying to give them pounds. I ain't gonna say no names, but y'all know who does this stuff, you know, giving people pounds, clapping, talk to me, yeah, oh, that was fire, that was crazy, bro, that was an amazing bar, oh my, chill, bro, chill. Again, shout DNA might do a little, he might say under his breath, that was fire, but he's not there like, yo, son, that was my man, y'all sleeping, that was crack. Like, just chill, let them spit. You're not supposed to help them in the battle, you're not supposed to help them. Let them do whatever they can do, as effective as they can do it. If the crowd reacts, then cool. Otherwise, just chill, bro. Just stand there. Be an opponent. Be on the opposing side of a fight. Don't be overly friendly. Don't be so disrespectful to the point where you take away, like I said, the effectiveness of the battle. Or don't be so disrespectful to the point where you on the verge of turning the battle into a fight. But at the same time, don't be overly friendly. Just give them the ice grill. Now, sometimes people say stuff that's super funny and you can't help but laugh, or just super crazy, crack, fire ass, oh my, Jonah's, Christ, the second coming if he rise again, like stupid fire haymakers that you can't help but be like, damn, like that was hard. Okay, but for the most part, just keep it competitive, but with respect. You know what I mean? One other thing I gotta ask y'all is, do you feel as though it's like kind of corny in a sense, where battlers pull certain antics on people that, I guess if you put this in like a jungle scenario, were looked at as less of a predator than this other person? Like, now granted, Arsonal was wilding versus G-Man Frost. I know G-Man, you know, got physical Arsonal first or whatever the case. Like, Arsonal's not a small dude. Like, I stand next to the dude. He's like, Arsonal probably like 6'1". I'm like 5'11". He's like 6'1". That dude Frost looked like he was like 8 feet tall, like 700-pound. Dude's enormous. So you can't really say Arsonal was picking and choosing there, because that was a big dude to do it against. I don't want to hear it. Like, he's always a white guy or whatever. I don't care, bro. That dude, or light skinned if he's not white, I don't know his background, but I don't care, bro. The dude was big, so you can't say that he was being, you know, trying to pick on the smaller guy for that one. But that's just something that I'm wondering, is just like, how do y'all feel about people picking and choose? Like, and do you think that it's kind of soft, where it's like KOTD? Like, a lot of the battlers, majority of the battlers that come out of KOTD aren't looked at as, you know, street dudes like that. So do you feel like it's kind of like a bullying situation, like you picking on the geeky kid in high school, like the kid that you know is not gonna swing back at you, so you're just gonna do it just to look tough? Like, I just want to know y'all thoughts, man. For me personally, just like the aggression, there needs to be a fine line. And for the leagues, if y'all letting people wild out just to get views, y'all might need to chill, man.